تبين تتكلمين عن تجربتك ويا being anorexic؟
I think I've been to a dietitian since I was 8. أروح من مكان لمكان، دايت لدايت، نشتري كتب ونجرب. مسكينة حاولت وياي.
في عروض الأزياء بدأوا يحطون اللي هو البلس سايز مودلز، الكيرفي مودلز.
You're not actually designing for us. You're not.
شهد.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
أول شيء thank you for being in my podcast show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I feel so
anytime.
honored.
في محتوى أنتي نزلتيه على منصة التيك توك وكنتي تتكلمين عن الكيرفي وومن، الأجسام الممتلئة أظن يسمونه بالعربي، وصراحة الموضوع جدا يعني يحتاج أن نسلط الضوء عليه. This is the reason why we're here. فأول شيء tell the audience شو تسوين من ناحية المحتوى اللي تقدمينه. هو شهد أصلا.
هاي، اسمي شهد، كويتية بس تربيت في الإمارات. In terms of محتواي صراحة I can't pinpoint بالضبط أنا شو. يوم أنا your favorite housewife, follow me, خليجات.
We're gonna put her at.
ويعني ثانيا I like to talk about topics or issues that I go through. يعني I don't have a specific theme per se لأن it's just my lived experience. يعني if I wanted to say شنو محتواي, yeah, a day in the life, yeah, maybe, you know, I give my marketing ideas, and then a lot of the times I'm just أفضفض. بس it has to be relevant to me. يعني مو أقعد وأفكر. I can't really pinpoint what it is. I just feel like my content is me.
يعني أي موقف يستويج بس you like to talk about it أو إن تشاركين الجمهور.
هي
حلو.
لأن أحس ساعات إحنا يعني كصناع محتوى a lot of the times إن ناس يسوون plan ويلا أنا بتكلم عن هالشيء whatever it is. وأنا حاولت في البداية إن I plan everything، بس حسيت إن يوم الواحد يقعد يفكر and he does the plan, it doesn't يعني highlight the true essence of it. فأنا فرضاً الفيديو اللي you're talking about اللي نزلته يوم تكلمت عن يعني shopping as a curvy girl كان في السيارة لأن توني رايحة المول و I was very frustrated إن قاعدة أدور شيء وما حصلت شيء مو بس إن it fits me، يمكن it does fit me بس مو شكله حلو، يعني ما في wide options. فكنت أبي أتكلم عن هالشيء و I wanted to kind of مو بأنه raise awareness بس find my people. أحس sometimes I have friends who may be like me but I have friends who don't have the same body type, which if I do vent to them or raise that concern or issue ما راح يفهموني كثر ما يعني يمكن someone else who's a stranger on the internet would. Not saying in that, you know, I know these people.
Hey.
But for some reason I guess on the internet it's a safer space because you are more likely to find someone who goes through similar experiences
who
as you.
relates أو إنه
hey.
يعني مر بنفس التجربة اللي أنت مريتي فيها.
بالضبط. hey.
Nice.
That's why يعني I try to create my videos in a way where if something is really upsetting me or I'm very passionate about it يعني في نفس اللحظة I'll do it just because I feel like it's the most authentic. إذا قعدت وفكرت وقلت next week يمكن أسوي الفيديو ما راح يطلع
ما
نفس
يضبط
الشيء.
أصلاً.
That's me in a nutshell. Follow me.
تبين تتكلمين عن تجربتك ويا being anorexic؟ ما أعرف شو يسمونه بالعربي الصراحة بس في مسمى علمي له شيء صح إنه اللي يعني when you starve yourself ما أدري كيف أشرح.
أنا ما أعرف شو الاسم لأن
نفس الشيء لأن كل حد يقول anorexic صراحة فما أعرف شو المصطلح.
بس أنا يعني طول حياتي لازم I have to tell you my story. Let's start when I was a little girl.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, like get your tea and everything. يوم أنا صغيرة كنت يعني مليانة, like كنت متبتبة. Oh, yeah, baby fat, it's cute. And then at some point, the baby fat became actual fat. يعني it's not something that I could shake off. I started gaining weight like more and more. وعلى ذاك الوقت, my parents got divorced. فأحس at that time I started emotional eating. ما كنت أعرف. ومسكينة أمي كانت يعني she used to watch a lot of Oprah. So she used to come to me. She's like, "Are you eating because you're sad?" And I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like 8 years old. What do you mean I'm sad? I'm fine. I just love food. بس الحين as an adult who's recognizing يعني my eating habits or my relationship with food. I do recognize in I probably had emotional eating disorder, and it started when I was a child. ودائما حسيت إن يعني ما أكل الأكل because like I'm enjoying the food. I'm just trying to stuff my stomach with whatever there is just so I can feel full وبعدين خلاص.
تعبين فراغ موجود داخلك شيء شيء.
I watched I can't remember what it was I watched. I want to say The Crown. I want to say it was Diana.
Okay.
You know, where she was like eating and then vomiting. واللي تقول إن I just want to feel something. And I أحس for me that was like a light bulb moment لأن I just wanted to feel في إن خلاص it's full. And then I'm like, oh, stop. مو بإن كليت أكلي and I'm sustaining myself. It's like I don't care. I don't even chew properly. Like sometimes I'm just sitting and I'm eating. وهاي بروحي. Like I'm not like sitting with you. أنا قدام الناس ما أكل كثر ما يعني أنا بروحي if I'm in that emotional state. I've always had like weight issues. وبعدين in high school you get to that age where everyone is starting to kind of discover themselves, discover their body, discover their style. وأنا كنت وايد أستحي. ومسكينة أمي يعني حاولت. I think I've been to a dietitian since I was 8. أروح من مكان لمكان دايت لدايت نشتري كتب ونجرب. مسكينة حاولت وياي. بس even though أنا كنت أحاول, there's always that like sneaky side that goes to the kitchen when no one's looking and I'll stuff my face and I'm like, no, I'm dieting, I'm fine. But you know, as a child, you don't understand the dynamics of food.
صح.
وما كان في توعية يعني. I think my mom did the best that she could at the time. But I think she still also, we didn't have the resources to educate parents about يعني this whole like world of emotional eating, body dysmorphia, kind of how kids or people deal with stress. يعني I went through that, and then when I was a teenager, قلت لك إن people were like finding their style and things like that. I just never felt like I could wear those clothes. وايد أحب fashion. I love fashion. Like I'm obsessed. Ever since I was 6, I discovered fashion TV. I would just sit and watch like the runways. بعدين أروح أرسم وهذا. I'll watch Project Runway. I love all of these things, but I never felt like those things were for me. And I wasn't allowed to indulge in the fashion world because I didn't look like a model, or I didn't look like someone who could wear those clothes. لأن like I don't have long legs. كنت قصيرة لحين قصيرة. You know, but I don't have that specific body type that we grew up in the 2000s seeing. Maybe now I think the landscape is a bit different, but على أيامنا إحنا you know, like they thought Ugly Betty was fat. وحين I look at her, I'm like, why would we think that she had this?
من إحنا صغار.
Hey, like, you know, they made us think that she was really ugly and really fat and all these things. And like, she just had a small, like, she had a curvy body type, but she wasn't even fat. Do you know? I never thought that I could fit into those clothes. I went the other way. I forced a tomboy aesthetic for myself.
كل شيء واسع.
كل شيء واسع. كنت أروح Mall of the Emirates. You guys remember the Rage store in Mall of the Emirates, Mall skaters?
ما أذكر
There's a skater shop. كنت أسير. I'm like, I get myself the skater shoes. I've never been on a skateboard ever, but I assumed the identity يعني. You know, I'd wear the shoes, the loose stuff, or loose t-shirts, يعني not hoodie, what is it called, beanie, hoodies in the winter كذي.
Just to hide.
Just to hide and to kind of seem confident. Like I wasn't confident in myself, but I have to assume confidence. Obviously, I can't do that with the stuff that I want to wear, so I can do it in stuff and لا, I am a tomboy or whatever.
Hey.
دشيت الجامعة, first year still tomboy, and I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. But culture shock. I went to يعني a British school, so everyone was super like girly and westernized. جنا الأفلام.
Hey.
I always felt like I had to go the other way. فيوم رحت درست في AUS يعني في الإمارات. It was a big culture shock for me because sure I studied في دبي بس مدرستي كلها أجانب. So different lifestyle, different fashion choices, different everything. يوم وصلت AUS it was a more يعني Arab community. فقمت أشوف ناس. أولاً I started seeing people who were the same body type as me finally. يعني I used to go to a school where everyone was tall, blonde, white, That's it.
هو يعني جينات أكثر شيء، جينات الأجانب أحس مختلفة عن جينات العرب.
Yeah, and I never fit in. لأنه يعني حتى شعري كانوا يقولون oh your hair is curly. I'm like okay يعني am I supposed to blow dry my hair? Like I didn't understand. I still just like it was a little bit of self-hate and now why can't I be, or why am I not Eurocentric? Why can't I fit in? All of these things يعني حتى like the fashion stuff that was in style at the time, the juicy tracksuits اللي كان like halfway down, you know, I'm like there's no way I could fit into that. So when I got to AUS I saw more women who were my body type يعني خلاص because these are my people, like I'm Arab, أنا خليجية, I was built in a certain way. وكل حد كان يعني محتشم as well. فحسيت إنه oh this is a new side of fashion or self-expression that I've never seen before. فشوية it piqued my interest but I'm still kind of I'm a tomboy. I don't know. لابسة البنطلون و the sneakers و the hood. I had 2 hoodies that I wore for
طول
the
السمستر ولا طول السنة؟
No, طول السنة. It was summer. They used to make fun of me and I was like, it's my style. And 1 pair of pants, skater shoes and a beanie. Why are you wearing a beanie in June? I don't know. That was just me. فبعدين في الصيف I had like a little what's the word? I feel like a self-reflection, remodel of myself. I discovered something called Tumblr. And for me, it opened my eyes to the world of fashion. There was links from Tumblr to this website called Lookbook. So I got to see different people like showing off what they're wearing and people from around the world, different body types, different styles, etc. At the same time, I had just moved into the dorms for the first time. Like the first year I was going back and forth with my mom. آخر شيء قالت تعبانة. Like I can't take you from like Dubai to Sharjah every day. فقعدي في الدورمز. When I was in the dorms, no one watched what I ate. And that was when I was also able to control my eating and يعني learn. I don't want to... I have to say this, but I don't want to promote this because I want to say this is really bad. But I learned tips and tricks from like anorexic forums and all of these things. So I started implementing what I'd learned. And because my mom was very strict about me not like leaving dorms unless it's for class, which كنت يعني محكورة في dorms. We had like a small gym. I used to walk for 3 hours, 4 hours, بس أمشي أمشي وما أكل. I lost a lot of weight وكملت يعني when I went back home to my family وكذي كملت على نفس kind of regimen هي وستايل I continued it because I got a lot of like bravo انتي شنو سويتي شكلك أحلى
أعطوك تحفيز أكثر
وايد اللي يعني منو هذا whatever you've changed وشكلك حلو الحين ويلا كملي you know without asking انت شلون ضعفتي
كيف خسرتي هالوزن
هي فكملت وقلت إنه خلاص because I learned from like Tumblr all of these things قلت you know what when I come back the new semester new clothes I'm burning the tomboy era you know خلاص and I came back like super girly stylish يعني كل حد منصدم like who's this, are you my friend, like you're not
the old tailor is dead.
you know والله it was like that and I kind of I feel like يعني physically and metaphorically like came out of my shell, like I was you know like here's me, this is
شهد جديدة يعني.
Hey, it continued and I got a lot of praise. When I saw that and I saw that oh I'm finally fitting into clothes whatever كملت for another year of just having this really unhealthy relationship with food. It got to the point where for days ما أكل أنا في الدورمز again ما حد راح يتابع بس أشرب قهوة tea every couple of days I'll have a can of corn, that's it. Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
Yeah like that's all I ate and I still would get praise and wow you look fantastic, what's your secret? I'm like I'm just eating healthy, like bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
But on the inside I'm dying. Like on the inside, even though I'm seeing on the scale like I'm losing weight, I'm seeing that like finally, and never in my life had I seen bones on my hips. I had bones, all these things. I'm like, wow, I look fantastic. I had lost from where I initially started. I started at like 70 kilos to 47 in a year.
my God.
Hey, it was very intense. But it still wasn't enough. Like, even though I was 47, and for my height, if you check the BMI, it was على حفة underweight. يعني I was in the normal weight, but خلاص, you're on the line. Like, if I lost any more, I'd be underweight. يعني what more do you want? أنا في مخي لا, that's not enough. One of the videos that I had shared about my battle with eating disorder and body dysmorphia is that even though I was underweight, that picture that I had posted.
Can we put the picture?
Yes. No,
okay.
Sure, of course. I feel like it's very important.
Yeah.
I was in a changing room. In this specific, it was like skinny white pants. I was a large and it was barely fitting. يعني ما يتسكر. And that's because like I've been يعني even though I was like thin, I'm still blessed with curves. Like I still have big hips, etc. Obviously, maybe one specific pant style doesn't fit, but in my head, I'm like, you see, you're fat. Like this is not okay. And I sat in the changing room crying. Like I was like, this is not. I still haven't reached my goal. I didn't even know what my goal is, but I think my goal is to fit and not to have these moments in the changing room again. Like I never wanted to feel that feeling again, and yet no matter how much I lost, I was still feeling that feeling. After that, يعني my grandfather passed away, and then Allah yarhamah. And then I went back into like emotional eating. I got back to a healthy weight and I stayed there يعني for many years. But I always had that in the back of my mind, like, you're still not thin enough. Like, you were better when you were this weight. يعني this is like always in the back of my mind. I've always had such a difficult relationship with food and my body. But I think as I got older, I'd be lying and if I said it got better. I'd be lying if I said إن
يعني بعدك تتعلمين how to cope with it أو
لا يعني مو بس أنا أتعلم how to cope with it, أتعلم كيف أحب نفسي. أنا بعدني للحين مو حابة نفسي.
كنا للأسف يعني وخصوصا أحس مع السوشيال ميديا الواحد يحس خلاص أنا شو أسوي يعني لو شو ما تسوين تحسين I'm not enough.
صح. يعني especially with يعني كمية التغييرات اللي قاعد نشوفها, like people self-modifying, changing a lot of their appearances. I use filters all the time. Like, I'm not saying enough. Filters are horrible. I use filters. Like,
we love filters.
Yeah, I love filters. I can't. يعني, I try some days. Some days are good. Some days I'm like, no filters, I'm fine. And then other days I'm like, I can't record without it. Like, يعني, it's human nature. But I do see the harm in it. I do see why it's bad, but it's like a drug. I can't stop. With the world of social media, I think in terms of like body image, body dysmorphia, يعني if I was really hating myself in the 2000s وما في social media, but it was just movies telling me and TV shows and all of them telling me that I'm like fat and ugly, I'm not good enough.
كيف الحين يا كل شيء.
Exactly. Like we're dialed in, we're online, we're seeing everything.
صح.
It is a really difficult time to be anyone,
صح.
When I started seeing how people pose, there's this really amazing content creator. Her name is Danae Mercer.
أحس شفتها في تيك توك.
تيك توك وإنستغرام أمريكية.
اللي تعلم كيف يبوز.
اللي تقول يعني تشوفه like إن if I posed like this ما راح يبين, بس if I posed عادي like all the cellulite shows. وهي مو ممتينة or anything. ما شاء الله جسمها حلو. She's so beautiful, but she's kind of breaking down that barrier, and what you see online is not real, and it's just literally a pose or maybe an outfit. You're like, wow, this outfit, this dress looks amazing, I'll order it. And I'm like, how does it not, why have I been lied to? This is horrible. And it turns out and they put a little clip in the back to kind of keep it cinched, but actually it's not how like it actually falls on the body. So there's so many things that we see online that's not real, and yet we beat ourselves up every day.
يطلعون كل شيء perfect. نفس الشيء يعني أنا كإنسان أشتغل في ماركتينج أو مجال تنسيق الأزياء وكل شيء كله لازم يعني في النهاية هذا الشغل. We have to يعني في شروط من البراندز تكون إنه أوكي اللبس لازم يبين أوكي لأن في النهاية إذا اللبس شكله مو أوكي ما في حد بيشتري.
صح.
بس on the other side يعني تأفكت أو يأثر علينا كمستهلكين. نشوفه يعني it looks really good on the model خلاص it needs to look good on me.
Yeah. And sometimes I feel like the brands, I feel like it's partially the brand's responsibility as well to and it's not an influencer, it's not a brand. We all contribute, but as a brand, especially if you're a global brand, if you're a huge brand, you are responsible for resonating with all of your audience. يعني it's not just an aspirational thing.
مو بثين جروب معين أو
No, يعني I don't know what the statistics are, but I don't think most of the world is like stick thin. But you know that this is Vogue, you know that this is in, you know that this is chic, whatever, because that's what's been marketed to us, that this is the type of body, like I don't know, a French body or a model
body. أحس مرات كنترول ياسين يسيطرون علينا من ناحية إنه هذا اللبس لازم تلبسونه بس. يعني هم يختارون إحنا شو لازم نلبس. ما تحسين شيء؟
Hey. No, 100%. I feel we're victims of consumerism, commercialism, like whatever it is. And, you know, they'll sell us whatever is in style, even though it doesn't fit our body types.
عطاري الشيء اللي قلتيه إن البيج كومبانيز أو الشركات الكبيرة هي تختار معايير معينة أظن يسمونها اللي هو المودلز وشي. أنا لاحظت الفترة الأخيرة في عروض الأزياء بدأوا يحطون اللي هو البلس سايز مودلز، الكيرفي مودلز. سؤالي لك الحين، تحسين إنهم يسوونه بس عشان هالشيء يعني ترفلكت سمعة طيبة للبراند، ولا they care about such people إنه يهتمون جد بالبلس سايز مودلز؟ شو وجهة نظرك؟
I genuinely think that it's like tokenism. You know, at some point they were like, look at us, we're diverse, we have different models from we're from different countries and backgrounds and colors and whatever. And I feel like now we're in the phase of fashion where curvy is, you know, your new token. But it's not, you're not actually designing for us. You're not. I'm looking at all of these fashion. You're not designing for us, because if you were, you know, there wouldn't be that struggle. There wouldn't be certain, يعني حتى mechanical things of, you know, the seam, sahab. Yeah, like, it just feels like, oh, okay, we have like a curvy line. Or like...
شي يحطونها على الكورنر.
Hey, or like, I don't know if I should call them out, but no, yeah, I'll call them out. Abercrombie and Fitch. Growing up, this brand was like thin only, right? Thin, white, you have to be a specific type to actually be able to shop there. And then everyone hated them. Everyone dragged them online. And then they disappeared, rebranded, came back. And they're like, we are now an inclusive brand. And يعني, I went to their store, like my friend the other day was like, come, let me show you. Like they actually have, you know, a curvy line, whatever. Yeah, but like, it's so basic. It's not fashion. It's a type of fashion or clothes or dresses that can sit on your racks for another 10 years. You know, you'll slowly bring it out. It's exactly the same. You just change the color. It's not fashion. It's not trendy. It's not stylish for now, which is what other stores do. You're
always on trends.
Always on trends, you know. It's not the same. It's not trendy. It's classic, yeah. But يعني, you're not designing for curvy. You're just ticking a box and look, we have it there, but it's not making... If I want to make a statement with my clothes, if I want to feel good,
يكون عندك ثقة بنفسك.
بالضبط. I don't want it to be يعني the same whitewashed dress in just different colors اللي كلها شي sundresses وهذا. I don't want that. Like if I wanted that, يعني many other brands are doing the same. What differentiates you between them? You know?
وأحس ما يستوعبون أن الجمهور أو الكونسيومرز مستهلكين. يعني you guys are smart enough to know that the consumers, they would understand and okay, we know what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
They should
this
know.
This may
يعني.
have worked 20 years ago when there is no social media.
Hey, الحين كل حد يعني حتى الأطفال أحس they're aware of it.
Hey, you know, now that everyone is clocked in, people have more information, they understand the science behind marketing. It's so evident. It's so clear what you're doing. يعني, but I feel like there's a part of them that they're like, yeah, we know that it's evident, we know that it's clear, but you're still going to buy from me because there's nothing else, you know? So it's a little disrespectful, but it's as if like, خلاص, you're going to buy it anyway, so why should I bother?
I mean, الله يخلي خياطين.
Hey, you know?
أحلى شيء الخياط.
The best, and I wish we can go back to that. I'm going to share a little bit of information.
Tips يعني ولا?
Not tips, but something that I feel like is a very nice period of time before we had all of these big brands and stores that come into our malls.
Yeah.
على أيام يدتي الله يرحمها. I want to say maybe 50s, 60s. This is what my mom used to tell me. And they were all very stylish. Like I look at the pictures, I'm like, wow, like where'd they get these dresses and these styles? And you know, the 50s and 60s, the dresses are like this, and in the 60s it got shorter, but all the materials are nice. My mom was like, they're all with tailors. What they used to do in the old days is they used to have these magazines, and you see the cuts and the styles. I think they're called patterns. So you see the patterns of dresses, they'll show you like pictures of what it would look like, etc. And then you order it. You'll purchase. It's like, this is the old days, Now you click and add to cart before you have to like circle it and then send it in the mail, and then they'll send you your stuff. And so they used to get these patterns, and then يروحون سوق الأقمشة يشترون القماش اللي يبونه يودونه عند الخياط. They do the measurements, and now you have a dress that's made for you. And you look stylish, you look fabulous, you chose the color, you've contributed to the design. And you look confident. It خلاص the clothes fit you, and I really wish we can go back to that and have it not be expensive.
صح. بغيت أسأل شيء ثاني. I'm just gathering my thoughts. شو الحل إن نعطي الكيرفي وومن حقهم من ناحية الملابس اللي يكونون ستايلش بس يحصلون ملابس تناسبهم في نفس الوقت؟
Hey, it's a very complicated question. لأن أحس it's not a single answer. It's not like design more clothes for us. أحس أولاً, in every aspect, you have to have someone who actually is plus size or curvy in your team. You have to hire people from different backgrounds. You have to hire people who are curvy, who are from a specific demographic, all of these things to be able to put the right input when you're designing clothes, And I know this is fast fashion, so the way they do their production and the production timeline, it's just like, yalla, do, make, okay, and like send it out.
Copy paste, yalla, sell.
But there needs to be that element of inclusion at every step of production, from like ideation up until when you are choosing your models, up until when you're going to the market and you're doing your advertising, choosing the right influencers, and then on the shop floor itself. I'm so sick and tired of seeing those like manikins اللي كل واحدة كذي. زين, okay, the clothes look great, but you're putting it on, and even then, زين, على فكرة ساعات أروح أشوف من وراء المانيكان حاطين الكليب. حتى على المانيكان زين الفستان مو مخصر عدل, it doesn't sit properly. Who are you lying to? خلاص.
صح.
I'm able to go sit and like see from behind. I'm not stupid. I feel like if you had people at every point of the production line and then distribution and sales who is of that body type, who is of that demographic, they will have their input.
حلو. إنزين, سؤالي الأخير, شو تنصحين الجمهور أو البنات اللي يكون جسمهم كيرفي؟ what's your favorite, إذا عندك مثلا ويب سايتس معينة تطلبي منهم أو حتى محلات هني في المولات سواء في الخليج أو في دبي؟
There's a lot الحين, but not enough still. But in terms of محلات, أنا وايد أحب ASOS. I love ASOS because they have, curvy lines. They have petite models. They cater to all types of demographics. I also like British brands just because they go up certain sizes. American brands for some reason كل شيء صغير, even though they're not America is not small, And then in terms of celebrities or influencers, I really like this girl. She just moved to the UAE from the UK. Her name is Emma Flick, sorry. She's amazing. I love her. And what she does is she'll do all of these hauls where she'll try clothes and she'll be like, well, that doesn't fit here. I don't like this. I'm going to return this. I like this. So I love the fact that it's not just like, here's what I ordered and look how cute it is. She's very honest. And she'll be like, no, the zip here doesn't fit, or like the way the pants.
تفاصيل
عجيبة. فأحس نحتاج more people like this, and we need more brands like ASOS اللي حتى when they do the modeling on the website, there's a video.
I love ASOS. أحلى شيء في ASOS إنك تشوف الفيديو, تشوف كيف اللبس يطلع مثلا موديل يلف وشي.
So they're doing a fantastic job. If I were to recommend I know that I just recommended like a British brand and a British influencer, but I'm saying like, you know, I really like in terms of fashion where the UK is, because they're a little bit more realistic in terms of fashion catering to real people.
حلو.
Yeah, I just want to say, never think that you're the only one who is, I'm going to look in the camera. Never think that you're the only one who is suffering or who hates their body. I know it's very, people don't want to talk about hate. It's always about body positivity and all these things, but I think we negate the fact that a lot of us are feeling very uncomfortable, very stressed within our bodies. And I think it's because of societal expectations. It's because of what people say. I feel like we have, as a society, يعني إحنا وايد نطنز على بعض وايد، وما يعني ما نستوعب إن كل كلمة إحنا نقولها حق شخص ترى يجرحهم
في العقل الباطن. تم it haunts you.
يعني لا أنا قلت هالشيء بس يعني عادي، إحنا we have a good relationship. لا, you don't have a good relationship. That person just doesn't want, ما يبي يحرجك، ما يبي يقول لك إنه ترى stop، هالشيء اللي أنت قلت لي is not okay. بس يعني it is not okay. عشان كذي حتى you know you shouldn't ever تعلق negatively أو تعيب أو أي شيء to anyone، لأن أنت ما تعرف شلون راح يأثر في الشخص، أو إذا ما أثر في الشخص you have a good relationship with them، بيأثر في شخص قاعد يمه اللي للحين قاعد يسمع، في ياهل أو an adult or a woman or you know a father. There's so many people who are self-conscious because of يعني كلام إحنا نقطع على بعض، نقول لا يعني we're having fun عادي we have a relationship ويا بعض. لا، هاي الشيء غلط، لأنه يعني يقعد في الشخص and they'll never forget it. we always have to be empathetic إنه يمكن this person in front of me is confident ومبين إنه عادي وما يهمه، doesn't mean إن عندنا حق نقط كلام ونعيب وهذا. فلازم دائما نفكر في يعني في الشخص اللي قدامنا you know
كيف بيأثر عليه على المدى البعيد.
إحنا we're all responsible. If we all have these issues inside of us, it's because everyone else is also playing a part. It's not just us. It's not just me أنا قاعدة و I have issues. ترى we all do and we all contribute. عشان شيء I always watch what I say, لأن I don't want to ever be the seed to put that insecurity in someone. I don't want to take that responsibility.
وفي شيء ثاني بضيفه، مو بشرط حتى شفهيا، حتى في الكومنتس السوشيال ميديا.
Oh my god. وايد
يعني مستحيل الكومنتس اللي توصل أي شخص منا إن نحن نتعب على هالمحتوى اللي نقدم لكم، أنتوا في النهاية لا أنت إنسان شكلك شيء أو أنت شكلك ليش أنت منو عشان تتفلسفين علينا.
أحس إن هذا needs another podcast honestly.
صح؟
لأن إحنا عندنا عدم الاحترام يعني specifically في العالم العربي. إحنا معروفين وإحنا نفتخر إن إحنا شعب يعني نظيف وزين ونعرف شلون نتعامل ويا الناس، بس نعرف نتعامل ويا الناس كذي face to face. يعني نوقف يوم حد يدش أكبر منا ونعرف شلون نسلم وهالأشياء. زين بس على أونلاين ترى عندنا وجه ثاني. أونلاين ما قاعد نعلم عيالنا الاتيكيت والسنع. يعني وايد ناس عبالهم إنه عادي يعني أطول لساني على شخص أنا ما أعرفه. زين ترى هاي مو من عاداتنا ولا تقاليدنا ولا من أصولنا ولا من ديننا إن نحن نقط كلام كذي.
صح.
يعني على كل كلمة نقولها سلبي يعني ما قاعد نجرح بس الشخص اللي إحنا قاعد نكتب له، قاعد نجرح كل حد. أي حد يشوف الكومنت كل حد راح يتأثر. فهالشيء أحس يعني if you know I wrap it up in a small little point. كل حد لازم إحنا نركز على الاحترام على السوشيال ميديا، كيف إحنا نكلم الناس نكلم بعض ونتعامل وياهم، لأن الحين إحنا قاعد نتعامل ويا ناس أكثر على السوشيال ميديا أكثر من الحين face to face. ما قاعد نشوف ناس كثر ما إحنا على أونلاين. زين لازم في اتيكيت، لازم في يعني دروس respect. هاي أهم شيء. otherwise الباقي خلاص it doesn't matter. You can do so much. You can say you can raise your son to be you know a lawyer and all these things, but all of it goes to waste if he's a rude person.
صح.
you don't just teach him to be respectful face to face, but to continue that respect online as well. Hey, so that's strong message in the end.
Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you.
شهد, thank you so much. والله شكرا على وجودك في
me.
هالبودكاست. أحس وايد استفدنا اليوم.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Likewise والله. بحط اليوزر نيم مال شهد, سوي لها فولو, بتفيدكم وايد ناحية الديلي فلوجز اللي تسويها. Again, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I really had fun. Wallah, thank you.
I think we're done.
Did we go over
Cut.
time? No? Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
I had so much fun.